Osei-Frimpong. I want to say a few words about the Diplomat, the Netflix show that reminds me of The West Wing, and I'm going to give a quick side-by-side comparison because it's run by a lot of the same people, and they share quite a few of the same actors. Now, I started watching last night with my wife the third season, and what I noticed was that it's a politically updated West Wing, insofar as in the West Wing we were like, oh wow, the smarties are so smart, and if they really ran American governance like this, it would be so dignified because the smarties are so smart, and I just want representatives like that because they're both smart and they're sincere, and while they're a little bit quirky and socially awkward, they're just good people, and you know, when the smarties run, everything is wonderful, and they're so articulate. Right? So that was the West Wing. Now, those same people, literally in the creative room, and a lot of the same actors, I'm watching this third season of The Diplomat, and they're still playing the smarties, being so sincere and trying hard. But there's a different tenor insofar as we're admitting that the smarties are not particularly competent. Like, everyone in the show should be in jail. Everyone should be, some people should be in The Hague. Like, everyone should be fired, definitely. Everyone in the show, from the diplomat to the president, vice president, everyone should be fired. CIA, everyone should be fired. And then, of those people who are fired, most of them should probably face criminal charges. Like, they deserve to face criminal charges. And of the people who deserve to face criminal charges, a handful of them should be in The Hague. And these are all smart, sincere people. So in the West Wing, the smart, sincere people, you wish they would win, and you think that overall they should be ruling, and that's a good thing. Here, the smart, sincere people, you need them to be in jail. Like, they are bad at their jobs because they're not as smart as they think they are. They're not as smart as they think they are. Every time they circumvent some sort of democratic process or something like that, it doesn't work out. They're trying to game each other. They're trying to game the public. They're trying to game politics, and they're doing it for sincere reasons. And they're trying to, create a just world or whatever. But they keep digging themselves into more holes because they're not as smart as they think they are. And I think that's actually a pretty good metaphor for the American Democratic Party. And what I say is that these are the same kind of people who don't understand why the ACA isn't really that compelling for people who don't have health insurance. These are the Democrats who are the smarties, and they think they're so smart, and they are smart, and they are sincere, and they think, well, I'm smart and I'm sincere, so I should have every good thing in the world. But the problem is they're not particularly competent. These are the Ezra Kleins. They're not as smart as they think they are. They need to actually abide by the people. These are the Pete Buttigieg. This is what happened when you put Pete Buttigieg in charge. Like, he's not as smart and sincere as he may be, and I'm not even convinced he's that. He's not so good that he can go around the democratic processes, or that like his power plays don't subvert the democratic process. Right? So I actually think that the Diplomat's a good update for the West Wing because it shows how the culture has grown and really actually kind of has a more mature appreciation of the smartest people in the room. And even because, like, the idea of that, if it's like a house of cards where the smartest people in the room are also evil, that's one thing. But no, these people are actually good, and they're trying to do good stuff. They're just not as competent as they like to think they are. So it ends up getting worse and worse. They should all be fired. And right now, there's a lot that hangs on making sure everyone gets their job, and people are trying to keep their job. And as an audience member, I'm supposed to care that these people keep their jobs, but really, I want them all to get fired, and I want quite a few of them to end up in jail. Because they deserve to get fired or in jail. Like, the president should end up in The Hague. Like, all of these smart, good people trying to do good work, like, circumvented democracy in ways that they shouldn't have. But that seemed expedient, and they seemed at the time, because they're just so smart and good, that it's okay. And it turns out that it was never okay. And I haven't finished the third season, I hope there's a kind of comeuppance. Because I will say, in the 90s, these people would not have had their comeuppance. Right? There was a little bit of an issue with Bartlett hiding his MS. But is Bartlett hiding his MS like Biden hiding his dementia? And everyone covering for Bartlett hiding his MS? Like everyone covering for Biden hiding his dementia? There are eerie parallels, and we romanticized what all of that meant before. And now I think we just need a stronger commitment to democracy. Like not smartocracy, democracy, in a way that is more robust and fulfilling. By the way, if you appreciate what I'm saying, I don't know if anyone has done a side-by-side comparison from the West Wing to the Diplomat, because they're very similar but very different. But I'd be interested. Because I think it's actually, I don't know if it's on purpose, but there are a lot of same people. I wonder if they've grown and matured, or I don't even know if they realize how much their lead characters deserve to go to jail. I don't know if Deborah Kahn or Graves or any of those guys understand that their lead characters need to be fired and go to jail. They're still like smart, sincere, competent. I mean, kind of not really competent, not as competent as they think they are. Smart, sincere, like trying to be good people, but they're not good at their jobs because they drank the Kool-Aid that being smart and sincere is enough. If you're smart and sincere, you don't need democracy. And it turns out that even if you're smart and sincere, you still need democracy. Democracy is still a good thing. It's still a degradation to the nation's soul when you subvert democracy. So thank you for your time. And I will talk to you another time about something different. Peace.